it's just like basketball. So you win, you get 2 games elimination. So you have to do like the girls did. You got to beat Gate City and you got to beat Ridgeview. For Virginia High, it's going to be Ridgeview and then probably John Battle or somebody. Because John Battle is going to be the toughest probably out of that's left. So you beat those, then you're going to.
But it's just.
Of course, you could have a rematch with Lebanon or somebody.
It's a scary thought, In a perfect world, you want to pitch somebody else and save those 2 arms. But at the same time, if you get in those games and you're down 4-0, maybe 3-0, and you're not hitting and you're making some mistakes, and next thing you know, you look up it's the 5th inning and you're still down 3-0, you start panicking a little bit because you haven't been in a situation where your season's on the line.
And that's what I'm wondering, because the past 2 years have kind of, they're still on the minds of these guys.
And when you're another factor is plain and simple. When you're the 1 seed, sometimes you can't be overconfident. Sometimes you look past the team because we got this. This is a game that we're definitely going to win this. And you start looking to that next game. So sometimes, that happens, and I felt like that happened a little bit in some other sports this year. Some teams kind of looked past us a little bit, and we kind of, snuck in there and got some wins. So
9-0 Cats lead it as we head to the home half of the 5th. 1 run will end it for Virginia High here as Medley leads it off. This one misses up and in, 1-0. Medley, Dixon, and Griffith do up. Bobby is 0 for 3. Reached on an error, struck out, and grounded out. He scored after reaching there in the first. The 1-0 on the way from Jackson Spencer misses high, 2-0. You put Bobby on first. The over/under that he'll take second within the first 2 pitches is pretty
high.
Yeah, so
watch. You'll hear, which I kind of hate that, but you'll hear how guys you're up 9-0. Why is he stealing?
That's why.
We're trying. Yeah,
we're saving Graham the pitching, us the pitching, and everyone the time. Right?
Yeah. We're trying to help everybody out here. Tazewell Lebanon wants to hurry up and play.
The 3-0 on the way, misses low, ball 4, and Medley doesn't have to take the bat off his shoulders.
We'll find out here.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll see what Coach Daniels does. He has a lot of faith in the legs on this team.
But now you do have a lefty. Lefties do have that. They have a pretty good pickoff move.
I would be surprised if they don't throw over at least once.
You have to. You have to here.
And they will.
Have to. Yeah, you have to.
The coach was actually coming out of the bullpen or coming out of the dugout anyway, so the throw over won't matter.
I think maybe he was going to tell him, hey, just throw over a few times.
They actually look like they're going to be making a change here. As Spencer only goes 1 inning, or goes 2/3 of an inning technically. He allows 1 hit. No runs so far, but he is responsible.
Are we pitched? I don't.
Yeah, they're making a change as it looks like the first baseman's going to come in and pitch. Let's take a commercial break. Cats lead 1-0. Bobby Medley on first with nobody out here in the 5th. 1 run will win it for Virginia High. 9-0 they lead it.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. I love that country music connects people all over this great nation, but unfortunately so does something else, childhood hunger. 15 million children struggle with hunger in America. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks works to rescue our surplus food to help provide billions of meals to families in need across the country. Join the fight against hunger at feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. You're neutral to it. And you can hear it repeatedly without feeling anything. But when we introduce a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural or inborn response from you. Save the food, because 40% of all food in the US never gets eaten. Save the food. Cook it, store it, share it. Just don't waste it. For tips and recipes, visit SaveTheFood.com. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School Athletics.
You know what really gets a party started? Indoor baseball. Yeah, just find a broom or a pool cue and you can use like anything as a ball. Cans, bottles, shoes.
Hey bro, toss me that avocado. Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to readyvirginia.gov and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by Ready Virginia, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
Thanks for listening to tonight's game on Bearcat Radio. Remember that after the final whistle, all games are available for replay at Spreaker.com/Bearcat.
Welcome back to Bearcat Radio as John Oster now on the mound for the G-Man after the leadoff walk.
There he goes. First
Medley
pitch.
goes. The throw to second high, and he slides in underneath for a stolen bag.
That was close.
2 for 2 on the stolen base department for Bobby, and that was bang, bang. Good throw down by Miller, but just a bit
I mean, he was in
underneath.
there, but that was close. I thought for a second they would have called him out, but he was in there.
Counts
Close.
0-1 to Dixon, so a single could win it here if it's put in the right spot. Dixon waits. Here's the delivery. Shows bunt. Pulls back as a pitch missed low. 1-1. I get that. Try to get the winning run to third with one out and then leave it to Zach to put it in play.
Kind of wanted maybe the umpire knew that 10 runs here win it. So
You know they're human beings too. 1-1 count. Here's a pitch from Oster. This one grounded to the right
y'all
side,
get
and that's
Bobby
what
to
you
third.
want. 4-3 ground out. Good play by Mounts over there, handling the high hop. It's definitely good to see a guy bounce back. Mounts had a rough start to the ball game, but able to field that one smoothly. 4-3 for the ground out, and moves Medley to third.
And you do like that because after you make one error, you don't want the ball hit back to you again. And then, he's made, 3 in this game?
At least 2, I don't know.
And it's tough. It's tough when you make a few. And that pop-up was an easy one that he made, and it's tough to bounce back from those. And then if you're not doing anything with the bat, that also makes it tough for you in this game.
3 errors, yeah, you were right. So the winning run at third, 1 out, and Zach Griffith to the plate, and a big swing and a miss, 0-1.
But I was going to say last thing, I felt like Graham has gotten comfortable now.
They're playing regular depth, too.
Yeah. I mean,
not even moving the infield in with the winning run at third.
I was like, maybe they're ready.
It is a warm day. 0-1. Bounces and a good block by Miller.
Great block. That was early on. That ball would have got back to the backstop. Game's over.
He's kind of like a goalie back there at that point, trying to block the puck from getting through. 1-1.
But I felt like last few innings, Graham has played pretty good defense here. They've made some routine plays.
They cleaned it up. No errors the last 2 innings after 4 in the first 2. 1-1 count. Pitch misses low. Another good block by Miller. 2-1.
I feel like he's overthrowing right now. He's trying to just throw the ball right past him and just throw strikes right now.
Griffith has driven in a run and scored twice. 3 of the 9 to this point. Now he can drive in the game winner here.
Look for your pitch.
This one bounces in. Another good block by Miller. 3-1. So now you're looking fastball and fastball only.
Yeah. Look for your pitch. Don't swing at any kind of off speed or breaking ball right here unless it's a hanger.
As Griffith steps back in. Miller gives the sign to Oster. And the pitch, 3-1. This one grounded down the line and into left field, a base hit, and the winning run will score. As Griffith, they'll just call it a single there as the run scores, and the Cats win this one 10-0 over the Graham G-Man. 10 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Virginia High, no runs, 5 hits, and 4 errors on the Graham G-Man. A great win for the Bearcats, and I think the most impressive number, not even the 10 or the 9 hits, that 0 in the error column.
I mean, that's going to pay dividends come next week. I mean, you have to be able to field the ball in these, especially those games that are going to be like 2-1, 1-0, 3-2. Those plays, those routine plays, are going to be huge because some of those runs are going to come off a routine, a bobbled ball here, a missed ball, misplay there. Some of those runs are going to come from that because you're going to see a great pitching. Start next week, you're going to see, we're going to get the best pitcher. We're going to pitch our best guy, so it's going to be hard to get runs.
Probably some defensive battles looming next, especially later in the week. I mean, that first game, you're supposed to be the 1 seed. You're supposed to win it and handle it pretty well. I don't know a lot about Ridgeview, so we'll have to see. I'm sure Ridgeview will be ready for us if that is, in fact, who we draw. But the Cats are going to be playing for a Southwest District title. We know that for the tournament championship tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll be on air for that one.
We just don't know who yet.
We'll see. That's yet to be determined. We should have a good one coming up here between Tazewell and Lebanon here at about 7:15, 7:30-ish, I would say. So come on out to the ballpark and see who the Cats will take on tomorrow. It definitely helps to know that you've got that. Now you get to watch these two teams sort of beat each other up with the chance, to play. Yeah? And you get to see who they're going to use, because it's still the same thing.
And it gets you a chance to relax a little bit. You've won your game. You know you're in, and now you just kind of goof off a little bit, have a little bit of fun, and kind of watch and see who's going to end up winning this game and get ready for tomorrow.
And that's the difference now in finishing second, finishing first in the district regular season. We got to play Graham, a team that, made it, that really overcame a lot. They were projected to finish sixth in the preseason, finished fourth, knocked off Richlands and Marion both times they played them. Then they come here and play us. They've played us decent. Just the errors have really hurt them. But this is the difference in finishing first. They've got to play Tazewell as a 2 seed.
And Tazewell was picked to win. Yeah,
and they've got the lefty Willis. I don't know if they'll use him today, but if they use him today, watch out if you're Lebanon. Now, if they use him tomorrow, watch out if you're Virginia High, because Tazewell could win the district tournament.
So, this second game should be a good game. It should be. Like I said, I couldn't predict who's going to win this game. I can't.
Now, if we had a better idea who was pitching, I think we might have a decent idea. But it will be tough right now to figure it out. Now, if Tazewell does, in fact, save Willis to tomorrow, and if they were able to get by Lebanon, I would say Tazewell had a fighting shot at winning the district championship here in the tournament. Now, Cats would have their hands full tomorrow against Willis. That could be a fun matchup.
Right, and it's just, but you
got to get there.
Right, you're Tazewell right now. You have to get to tomorrow. So, what do you do in this situation? Do you pitch a kid that that, okay, hey guys, we can get tomorrow. This kid, Bearcats, they struggled against them. So, what do you do here? And he pitched I believe he did pitch some their last game.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. We don't know how many pitches he threw, so could be interesting. And it's a team in Tazewell who, feels like they probably could have finished a little better than they did. This is an opportunity now that they can knock off a Lebanon team that they beat a week ago to give us the regular season championship.
And Lebanon beat us, over at Lebanon.
Both of them have, and they've both beat us once. So.
Yeah. And
Tazewell, it's going to be interesting.
Tazewell, they played us tough too. So it's one of those things that whoever you decide to pitch tonight, it's going to be interesting because of the fact that if you can get till tomorrow, it can affect.
And you're going to face a Jordan Dixon who hadn't pitched in a couple of days.
He should be well rested.
A week. Yeah, he'll be ready to go. So.
But then if you're the other team, you're kind of, he ain't pitched in a couple of days. Maybe he's maybe
he's rusty.
Saturday. So maybe he's rusty a little bit. But again, that comes back to what I talked about before. This game. You have to jump on us early. Put the pressure on us. Get up to a 1-2-0 lead. And the only thing I'm saying about that, I'm not saying that we'll lose the game, but I'm just saying in that first few innings, if we're down 1-2-0, you look up at the scoreboard and we're still down in the third or fourth inning, we're gonna start pressing a little bit just because we're not getting hits and the pitcher's striking us out and they're making all these plays. We're gonna panic just a little bit. Maybe not too much because we've been there before, but we're going to panic just a little bit. Any good team will. Any good team would in that situation.
But a good win here took care of business, really. That's what you wanted to do on a day like today, and that's not discounting Graham for anything. And to be fair, I'm not really sure our hitting is really probably where Coach Daniels really wants it for the kind of pitching that we've faced over the past few weeks. But it's a team that is hit or miss, it seems like, offensively after what we were predicted to be.
Well, you make a good point. And one word, clutch. You just got to get those hits when it mattered the most. When we got those runners on.
We made them pay for the errors they made.
Just get those hits then. And like I said, Graham left, at least 2, 3, 4 runs out there because they couldn't get those hits. You're not going to advance when you're, come next week, they're not going to advance, when you got second and third, nobody out, first and third, nobody out, and you get out of those innings with no runs. You can't advance that way.
So you got to give a player of the game. Let's see here who we could give the player of the game. You could give it to Zach Griffith.
That's the first person came to mind. The pitching, and also he had 2 ribbies. Is that right?
Let's see.
2 or 3 ribbies.
He scored 2 runs and had an RBI, so he accounted for 3 runs on the day. And he had 2 hits. He went 2 for 3. With a walk. had a stolen base, too.
Now, who hit that shot to the wall out there?
Nolan Haas hit a good one
I
out
think
to the
Nolan
wall.
had a few good –